Totoo. Without any further ado, muli na natin imbitahan ang ating candidates for Mutya ng Sauyo for their Ibigan competition and advocacy video. Let's begin with Mutya number 1.
One of the primary goals in life is to end hunger and malnutrition in my community. I know that I'm young to solve this kind of issue, but thank you for this project, which is Mutya ng Sauyo to hear my advocacy, which is seed planting to end hunger and malnutrition. Most of the 7 billion people in this world are suffer from hunger and malnutrition. Hunger is a currently political issue. Millions of people are suffering in this kind of crisis. Remedying the problem will require an extraordinary commitment to our disadvantaged citizens. By collectively telling the stories of people affected by malnutrition and calling for enhanced political will, advocates are building a movement to end hunger and malnutrition once and all.
Dalawang bagay na dapat nating tandaan ng pagtatanim ay ang pagkakaroon ng mabuting kalusugan. Kaya kung marunong kayo magtanim, yung tinanim nyo, pwede nyo kainin, diba? Mas magiging malusog tayong lahat.
As I advocate hunger and malnutrition, I want to end this by planting seeds and to promote healthy living so we can make a better world within. And of course, also be a responsible citizens. If you can give a better life with your child and healthy living, just don't do it. I don't want them to suffer from this kind of crisis. We can feed not just one, but 100 citizens in our local barangay as we unite and help each other. All of the crops will go to all people who are destitute and can't afford to eat 3 times a day. If you cannot feed 100 people, then feed at least just one. I not just want to end hunger and malnutrition. I also want to help our Mother Earth.
Kaya dapat, matuto tayong magtanim, nakakainin natin sa araw-araw ay masustansya tulad ng gulay. Dapat namin kayo mabuhay na kamay bago kayo kumain.
And being a representative is a big responsibility, but with the love, cheer, and support of my family, friend, and Father God. I'm forever grateful to promote my advocacy. And for all kabataan right here, let's prove that tayo ang pag-asa ng bayan. Fight for what really matters. I am Pamela Jane Peña Redondo Magno, representing Squirville Subdivision.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror and he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
Good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts and poison the rock.
No, I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. So what? You're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad,
So I'ma fake it till I make
you
it.
will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. God say it to my face while he's looking back.
You should make
Got
yourself
your
a
mask when I
foundation.
hate I
Stay away
attack.
from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
years old and I'm proud to represent the area of Lagkitan. I'm the eldest of 3 siblings and I believe that being the eldest is one of the most fulfilling roles in life because I learned how to become a good leader. I teach them with their studies as well as values in life just how my mother did. I am a former officer of Productive Youth Organization in Lagkitan, one of the active youth organizations in Barangay Sauyo. My co-officer taught me how to become strong in terms of leadership. That's why I'm focusing is youth empowerment through leadership. This is not just about the age, gender, or any social preference. As long as you have the guts to be a leader, then you can be one. Joining pageants also boosts my confidence. I joined Miss Electron, I do hosting in our area, and many activities that molds me on what I am today. And I realized that joining pageants is a platform to influence more youths to become a leader, not only by words, but also with their
Ay,
actions.
nako, patay tayo.
Let's continue in the gown competition with Mutya, number 4, Rachel Lameja.
Was it pleasant and comfortable in my family? My parents and even relatives are secretive about it. They believe that teaching us abstinence is the greatest way to protect us from being exposed. However, when I continued to go to school and somehow gained the maturity I expected, I observed, learn and recognize about the lack of sex education that we have and the need of taking sex seriously. The Philippines has one of the highest rates of teen and unplanned pregnancies in the world. Every year, about 47 births per 1,000 women aged 10 to 19 are recorded. Most of them are reliant on their parents since they are unable to obtain work because they have not completed high school. It's dragging down the Philippine economic growth, causing us to fall into a far deeper state of poverty, and with 0.1% of the population projected to be HIV positive and 7.7 prevalence rate of STDs, perfectly exemplifies how sex education is needed in our nation. The primary goal of sex education is to educate young people about their concerns such as safe sex, sexuality, and body development. Talking about it doesn't make us who want it. Quality sex education can help people avoid sex diseases, unplanned pregnancies, poverty, sexual abuse, and variety of other societal problems. It has the potential to help us engage our youth in a far better, more purposeful, and enjoyable activities, training them to be a better citizens and leaders for our beloved Philippines.
Mrs. Rachel representing every family and advocate of sincere sex education. I've decided to fight for more open and accurate sex education so that people will recognize its importance. We have a right to know so that we may make more informed decisions.
Next candidate is Mutya number 5, Miss Christelle Shade Miromas.
This means that the same number of children are most likely to be subjected to discrimination. On practically every level, from access to education, nutrition and health, to access to water and sanitation, and protection from violence and exploitation. Children with disabilities are less likely to be included in programs, but too often, they are simply being left behind. Being ignorant of their rights added to the fear of being the center of more discrimination. These children tend to never speak up about being victimized and just live a lonely life to hide from the standards set by non-disabled people.
So as a Mutya ng sauyo, I want to use this platform to be the voice of the mutes, the eyes of the blind, the ears of the deaf, and the true ally of all children with special
Given this opportunity, I will introduce my project entitled CWSN, Care for the Welfare, Safety, and Nourishment. This project aims to acknowledge that children with special needs are still human beings deserving of equal opportunities in all aspects. The first objective of this project is to find trusted organizations whose goals are aligned with the project and establish a partnership with them. Secondly, is to equip the parents and volunteers with a solid foundation they needed to properly teach and handle the children by organizing seminars and trainings. The third is to have learning sessions to provide the children with the basic education they needed while maintaining a safe space for everyone. Support is the key to make this project successful. As we contribute to the environment where opportunities are valuable, everyone is equal, and no one is left behind. These children, sisters, especially
learning or the gaining of knowledge. It can also improve our vocabulary. But how can we keep up with classes if education has a different system? Today, we are experiencing uncontrolled circumstances, and one of those tendencies is our education. Every one of us has the right to be educated, but not all of us have the privilege to access education. There are many obstacles in terms of education, including different preparations, challenging conduct of classes, shape and motivating students' learning, and having difficulties in understanding the subjects. Students are always experiencing this kind of situations, and it's horrible. Poverty can be regarded as a big cause of a lack of education and for educational inequality. Children from poor families often do not have access to proper education since it is simple too expensive. More than 72 million children of primary education age are not in school, and 759 million adults are illiterate. The main purpose of education is to help students to gain knowledge, skills, and unique vocabularies so they are able to function properly in society. And not always been to everybody. We, human beings, are the most intelligent creature in this world due to those who have the ability to create life with desire. Obstacles in education are signs we have a education isn't easy, but if we put ourselves into our goals, everything will be satisfying and amazing. Someday, you can see yourself carrying a certificate with a medal. That's our law of attraction. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. That's why I'm here, not just as a beauty queen but a warrior. Creating this advocacy is impossible, but the change that will happen through fabricating this is substantial and helpful, not just for the children, but also for the people who didn't have the chance to study. Through this, I want them to be inspired to continue to fight in life, even if it is hard. Your future will be measurable if you are dedicated enough. Again, I'm not just a simple queen, but a candidate with the heart of beauty within. I am Jane representing
we will never give up on them who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can be. And yes, I am.
Receiving an education is very important to me. Education is always on top of my priority and I really enjoyed it. I feel so Every Sunday, we gather children around the community and teach them how to read and count. We call it the Reading Sunday Learning. I believe education is the root of success to any child's life, and it is the pathway for a child to follow and reach their full potential in life. Children have their own destinies to write and stories to share. I saw children are inspired, and putting a smile on a child's face can change the world. We always add surprise each week. Each child receives freebies and exciting gifts. Sharing is really caring. These kids are learning and at the same time enjoying their childhood. And I am proud I am part of it. Miss Angel and Celia, Miss Sabrina.
Let's continue picking our competition with Mutya number 8. Sekarang selalu pakai number
'Cause
Mutya number 9, Miss Nicole Joy Ferrer. Representing
For I strongly believe that in bullying, everyone is a victim.
Wala na. Kung ganyan, kahit bis na lang ako.
The word bully is not a bad word to start with. It means a loving brother, not a threat to anyone. Removing the bullies from school is not a definite solution. Instead, transformative interventions are needed to change a bully. Bullies are victims too. Some often are part of dysfunctional families wherein they experience neglect, abuse, and misguidance. They usually haven't learned to use the appropriate language of love. Instead, they tend to intimidate others to get people's attention. A bully needs empathy and understanding, not prejudice. Hearing their stories out and transforming them to be a friend would make a conducive school for learning. Bodies stand up for others. Bodies include everyone. Bodies don't hurt others. Bodies value diversity of view.